today we will see about those hands-ons on DLI functions. So in my previous video I have explained about the DLI function calls, okay, and uh, and its overall view. So just go through my previous video. It would be like day 2 IMS training or something, okay, and today we'll see hands-ons on that part. So totally there is few DLI function calls are there: GU, GN, GNP, insert, delete, replace, and hold calls. Okay, hold calls. So that would be GHU, GHN, GHNP. Right. So we will see about GU call at first. So let me open my mainframes. So yeah. So yesterday, I mean in previous video, I explained about the load, how we need to load the KSDS file. I mean load the data in the DB basically. So today, like we'll change the PSP since we are gonna use all the DLI function. So I'm just making it as processing option as A, and if I'm gonna use any path call, command codes I will explain it later. So for now I'm giving processing option as A, so that it can get delete, replace, and insert. So processing option A will allow everything. So basically I'm gonna use the processing option A for today's session, okay, and we will create a load for this. So that we don't need to change every time, right? If I am using some insert, I need to change the processing option if I'm giving GA something, right? So that's why I have given it as A for today's session, so that I don't need to compile it again and again throughout the session. So yeah, so this is the PSB. So it went fine. So we'll see about the GU call first, okay? So let me open my program. Uh, yeah, so read program. We'll go through the read program, okay? So let me change it as function as GU. Today we'll see about GU call, and so well, as I told, like we'll see what is the unqualified call. So unqualified call is nothing but, I mean, uh, unqualified call is nothing but call without SSA, right? So we'll see about unqualified GU call. So for this, I'm just removing my SSA. We'll see how the logic will react. Okay. So as I told, since I'm putting it in a loop, but till S flag would be till S flag, it will be performing. The loop will be performing, and S flag will be set once the status code is GB. So as I told, since it is in loop, in GU the pointer will be placed in the very first position, and the parentage would be set there only, because it won't sequentially move to the next position. It will be set in the very first position, right? Very first call parentage, okay. So it will retrieve the same data again and again if I am putting it in the loop. So never, it is not gonna be GB anyway. It won't give status code GB, because it won't move sequentially like the GN call. It won't move to the next position. So basically it is gonna be in the loop for quite some time, and it's gonna abandon due to timeout or something. So to avoid such scenarios, I'm just making it as I'm just performing it for only 10 times, okay. Or let me give WS count equal to 10, and in the call I will just make it as WS count equal to WS count plus 1. So So the loop, loop will end if the count is 10 or it comes as GB. GB, it won't give GB status code since the pointer will be pointed at the same position for the GU call. Okay. Uh, okay. So let me define this count basically. So WS count. Let me give it as 9 of 0 2. See, basically, I don't want it to go in a loop. That's why I'm doing these changes. Nothing else. Okay. So yeah, this coding should be fine. I'm just calling. I'm not using any SSA, and in the function I'm using GU call. Yesterday we have loaded the DB, right? So we'll see what will happen. So since it's a GU call, it should retrieve the first patient segment again and again. So that should be the case because yeah, we didn't give any SSA, right? So I mean, it's yesterday's program. Sorry. Read. Okay, it went fine. Let me run it. Uh, yeah, read is good. And this is not needed because we are not giving any input, right? Okay, so we'll check now. Diet. Okay, backcc 0. Backcc 0 does not means like uh, it went like as expected, right? Because in IMS DB calls you will get backcc 0, but status code matters always. So we'll check. So yeah, as I told, it is retrieving the very first segment every time, right? And after 10th, since we have dropped the loop, so for 10 times it is reflecting and it is fetching very first segment again and again. That is because we are using the GU code. So let me show you the input as well, right? Uh, so this is the input file which we have loaded yesterday, right? And this is the very first segment. So it is fetching only the first segment because of the GU call, right? Okay. Now we'll go with the SSA. Okay. GU with unqualified SSA, right? So SSA, you guys know the structure. So SSA would be like, the structure would be like this. Uh, the segment name, okay, should be of 8 bytes, and then a filler. Okay, this is the structure of the SSA. So basically, if I'm using the command codes, I need to give the command code thing. Right now, since we didn't explain, see, if there is command code, you need to define that command code. Else, you just need to define only the, this is more than enough for an unqualified SSA, right? If there is command codes, you can define the command codes as well. 05 command code. It should be of 2 bytes, right? And again one filler. So okay, for command codes, pick of x of 01. So totally 9 11. Okay. So if you are not defining any command codes, you can just remove it. So it is part of the SSA. That's it. Okay, command codes. But if it is not there, we can just remove it and give only the segment names and the filler. So totally it should be having 9 bytes, right? So now we will put this SSA. Okay, right program. So I have given the SSA name here, right? So illness, I have given it as illness, and I'm issuing a GU code. Okay, SSA. So illness would be my SSA. So as per this, it should fetch the very first line again and again. Okay, because we are issuing GU code. You guys will see the difference between GU and GN. Okay, so basically, in GU, mostly you will point the cursor to, I mean, take it like a browse. You will point the cursor there, and after that, if you are issuing GN, it is gonna fetch one by one, right? So that's the use of GU, just pointing it to a particular position. Okay, so if I run this, okay, axis is 0, right? Say it is fetching the very first record of malaria, right? It should not fetch this one. Okay, some SSA thing is there, I guess. Wait a second. Okay, until okay segment. Okay, it is fetching. Okay, this is not needed, guys. I mean, we are already putting it in a loop, right? So that's why it affects the previous one. Okay, we can just delete it. Now it will fetch only these things. Okay, and let me show you the PCB mask as well, so that we can see the status codes. PCB mask. Okay, so run it now. Compile it. See, since we have given the illness as SSA, it is fetching the very first record of illness segment again and again because of the GU code. Okay, so that's what it is doing basically. We'll see. Okay, so this is the status code here, which is spaces means it is working fine, there's no error there. If you are making any errors in the IMS call, the status code would be different. Okay, so mostly how you are handling the status code, that's what matters in IMS. And now we'll go with qualified SSA. Okay, so unqualified SSA is having this structure, right? The qualified SSA, like you need to add extra few fields. So and now this filler would be like pick of x01, and its value would be, you are opening it. Okay, this is the basic format of SSA, I mean qualified SSA. Okay, so this is how you need to code basically. And 05, and the field name would be 8 characters, so it's common. Okay, you can't give, even though your field name is having 7 characters, you should give 8 characters here, else I mean it won't run properly. Okay, it will throw I think a error, something like that. The error starts with the a, right? It is mostly like you are connecting with PSP, but the sub format is wrong there. Okay, so value would be some, let us take like illness here. Okay, and then you should give the, I mean, field value pick x of 8 plus 1. Okay, and, and then the close. You are opening it here, so we need to close. Pick x of 0 1 value. So this is the format of qualified SSA call. Okay, this is the format of unqualified SSA call, and this is the format of qualified SSA call. So let us queue the qualified SSA call. So this is our COBOL. In the read, for making it as qualified SSA, we'll use the value illness with space and in the bracket what is we need something. Wait a second, we'll see the input file and we'll get the data. So okay, so illness, jaundice is there. Okay, jaundice, malaria, flu. We'll get the flu data. So illness, and what is the field name for this flu? Illness field name, which will start from, after 8. So we have already the DBD, right? Check the field. What is the field name here? Okay, field name is ill name, right? This is the segment. Basically I'm giving the ill name to get the data. Okay, so ill name is flu, so just code the ill name 8 bytes equal to flu, right? So we'll save it now, this thing. And how much is the character? We'll give 31. Okay, put a dot. Period is missing. Okay, so we'll run it this. I mean, okay, so max is 0. That does, we need to check the status code. So we will get, even though we are getting max is 0, status code we need to check because status code matters in IMS DB. Okay, so okay, so here we are getting AJ. Okay, as status code. AJ is nothing but, as I told, whichever code starts with A, it means something wrong with your PSB connection with COBOL. Okay, let us check. Let us check our program. That's it. Okay. Okay, so here it is, right?